Hello, it's Dave at D.A.R Detailing in Southeast Cornwall. The Porsche 911 992 Carrera4S is almost complete. It's now been fully corrected and ceramic coated with Garage Therapy ceramic coatings, 2 layers of the ceramic coating with a top coat. The wheels have been off, they're obviously now back on and torqued to Porsche manufacturer's settings of 130 Newton meters. The wheels have been ceramic coated, as have the Porsche red brake calipers. Tyres conditioned with Garage Therapy's tyre serum. This isn't a dressing, completely dry. 4 coats, 2 coats on the back, 4 coats on the front, just on the walls, the tyre walls, obviously not on the tread. That's going to protect those tyres going forward nicely. You know, every car's got a story. This car certainly had a story, and I thought I'd jump on here and share that brief story with you before the client picks up his beautiful Porsche tomorrow. This is a July 2019 car with a delivery date in July of 2019 to our client, the customer. It was purchased and spec'd from new. It was built for the client with his specification from a Porsche main dealer. The client opted for a main dealer paint protection package, which the salesman sold him. And it was only when I was doing the wet work on the car and the chemical decontamination at the start of this week that I noticed a few little issues. The first that drew my attention, that started me investigating this story behind the car a little bit further, was on the bonnet, immediately to the left and to the right of the Porsche emblem, which is a real focal point in a Porsche. To the right we had some some vertical streaking, and on the left of the Porsche badge we had some horizontal streaking. I noticed it first when I was doing the tar and glue removal stage, and on further inspection it became clear that the coating that was applied by the main dealer, which was a product called D.A.R, had literally been slapped on the bonnet and not even levelled and buffed. When you're applying a ceramic coating, the coating needs to bond to the clear coat or the lacquer on the paint. And that's how that forms part of the durability. And after an initial flash point, you level the coating and with a separate microfiber cloth then do a final buff. This Gardex product had literally been wiped over the bonnet to the left of the badge, left to the right, left to right, to the right of the badge, up and down, and left. So you had massive high spots of coating right in the middle of the bonnet at the front that just looked awful. It's obviously a silver car, so it's quite forgiving, but it just looked a mess. That got me investigating a little bit further. What I then found was that the water behaviour on this wing was very different to the rest of the car. The bumper and the near side door, passenger door, was beading quite well. The water behaviour was very, very different in its hydrophobic behaviour to the wing. This section of the wing was completely flat of water, which suggested to me that actually the wing had been missed completely when the Gardex product was installed. However, this side of the headlight at the bottom edge of the wing and this edge of the back of the wing that is adjacent to the passenger door had signs of hydrophobic water behaviour, some hydrophobic protection. And when I looked at the shape of the protection that was there, it became clear that what's happened is the door had been coated with Gardex, and the dealership had levelled or buffed the coating and over buffed onto the adjacent panel, and there were 3 very clear areas where there was an over buffing of coating on the adjacent panel, which was what we were seeing with the protection. The rest of this wing was unprotected, but here on the front edge of the bottom of the wing, we saw the same level of hydrophobic water behaviour. So my guess again was the bumper had been coated and it over buffed up to about here on the front wing. So the wing had been missed. I then saw on the passenger door about 4 very, very thick lines of the Gardex product just been left on the door, so massive high spots, and the back driver's side wing, which is a real feature of the 911 because it's got a very wide flared arch, had also been completely missed. So the car was a bit of a mess. We had quoted for the customer a single stage machine polish to enhance the gloss, to remove minor surface defects, because on initial inspection it looked in pretty reasonable condition. However, that wasn't going to remove the excess products that was all over the car. So a few videos and a phone call to the client. We had to up the polishing process to a 2-stage machine polish, which is a heavy cut initial stage, which would remove the high spots and the Gardex products, and then a 2nd stage refining. Before I ceramic coat a car, I need the paint absolutely, completely naked. I need any waxes, oils, polish residues off the car. You know, it gets panel wiped down to make sure that it's absolutely clean, crisp, perfectly clean, and then ceramic coatings bond to the fresh lacquer. So the client's got the videos. He is going to take that up with the Porsche dealership. He obviously isn't happy. The great news is we've been able to save this car. It's now, the Gardex has now been completely stripped off. We've gone back to basics and started again. And this has had the garage therapy ceramic coatings. So the car is looking absolutely stunning. As you know, I love Porsches. This is an absolutely beautiful example, and the client is going to have many years of very well protected, beautifully crystal clear paint and a wonderful car.